let's take a look at the MTX. So MTX is the newly released sibling of the 800 MT that I reviewed on my channel before. I'll put a link up there. So let's take a look at the windshield. The windshield is smallish for adventure. Let's take a look at the headlights. So the design is very similar to that of the original MT. And then we come down here and it's got this adventure style fender. And let's take a look at the tire. So it comes with 21-inch front tire size. It's got double disc in front, and then you got a J1 brake calipers, and you've got the inflator valve here, which is straight out. It's not the curved one. I actually prefer the curved one. You got spoked wheels, really important for adventure bikes. And we take a look at the front fork. Yeah, it has a very long suspension travel from here to there, so that's really neat for adventure riding. And then you have a very large radiator stretching from left to right in a curved design, and it's a twin, so you see your twin exhaust coming out of there, and you've got your horn here. And just like CF Motor always does, they've got this guard here, and the fender stretches all the way to the back. And you also get a stabilizer here, so that's a really nice touch. So as you may already know, CF Motor collaborates a lot with KTM, so very similar to the KTM 790. The fuel tank is actually brought down right above the engine, and the fuel tank capacity is 22.5 liters, so there's a bit of tank up there, and most of it is on both sides of the engine, so very similar to that of the KTM. So KTM collaborates with CF, so it's not surprising there. And then we look at the left side of the engine, so you can see some very nice tactile gear lever here. I can even move it with my hand. Very cool. Make it easy to change gears. And you've got this foot peg here, which is rubberized, but you can actually take it off and have the teeth more stable on dirt roads and for adventure riding. You have a solid stand, and you have some footrests for the rear passenger. Very tactile, sounds really good. And you've got some tech stuff going on there. And going on to the back, you've got a nice sprocket, a nice chain, nice plastic guard for the chain. And then you've got this guide here, solid metal for the chain. And then here provision has been made from the frame for you to install panniers, so that's really cool. And you've got this rear rack installed from factory, so that's really nice. And then you come down to the back. The rear lights are the same as that on the 800 MT, and then you have your rear lights. The only difference is the regular MT has rear radar detection, but the MTX doesn't have that, so that's something to take note of. It's understandable because this bike is built for off-road and adventure. And the rear tire comes in 150/70 rim 17, spoked wheels as well, looking really nice. And there is this nice guard here, kind of flapping plastic to protect the rear shock from dust and debris, so that's really nice. You've got this rally style seat for the X, understandably because it's an adventure style. I sat on it and it felt soft and comfortable. And looking at the exhaust, it has this big outlet for some nice sound. Unfortunately, batteries are not installed in the bike, so I can't turn it on to show you what it sounds like, but it's got a really nice beefy aluminum exhaust. And on the rear braking department, we have one disc, of course, J1 brake calipers, and ABS comes with ABS traction control. And you've got a really nice frame here. And moving to the right side, you got your rear brake fluid reservoir, got your foot peg, enough room for you to place your feet. And the engine is kind of designed flat, so it's not going to intrude in your riding. And you got the frame going on here, very thick as well. The right side basically mimics the left side of the bike. Let's take a look at it from the top. So if I just sit on it, so I can straighten it up and show you what it is like. So when you sit on it, you have this portrait style. The attendant was telling me you can actually flip it to make it landscape if you prefer. And sitting here, the front design looks or feels very similar to my Honda CB500X. And then let's look at the left hand side. Start from the left. Grab handle, very solid, nice size, feels good in my hand. And the controls here are basically very similar to that on the MT, the ordinary MT that I've shown on this channel before. So you get your horn, you get your navigation buttons, you get your mode selector function, cruise control right up here, and then your pass light. It might be very bright here because it's very sunny today. And the bike is right by the window. And your fuel cap, no wireless detection stuff here, all manual. You need to take the key and insert it to open it. And on the right side you have the front brake fluid reservoir, and you have your standard ignition buttons. You've got your hazard light, your rear view mirror, and you've got your electronic accelerator right by wire. Got your front brake, and you've got hand guards installed from factory. And as you can see, there's no battery in it, so I can't show you the screen. And you also got these plastics here, kind of like ears, to provide some sort of wind protection, wind redirection I'll call it. And you've got manually adjustable front suspension. You need a screwdriver to do that. So you got preload here, plus minus on both sides. So yeah, sitting on it, I feel like it's not very different. The size wise, it's not very different from my Honda CB500X. This one has a seat height of 830 millimeters. There's a high seat version which comes with a 870 millimeters seat height, and that one is in blue. I'll just put it on the screen so you can see. So yeah, basically that is a CF Moto 800 MT. And one more thing I want to show you is this windshield can be adjusted by turning this wheel on both sides, but you can do it from one side, and it doesn't matter the way it's designed. If you change the windshield to a bigger one, you still can adjust it on the go. So that's really cool.